Yes, sir. We're back with another episode of From Downtown, and the rumors have started circulating. So, a lot of the things that I talked about, yesterday, 2 days ago, um, kind of looks like it should happen. The only thing that's biggest difference is I see that Denver. I told you Denver was not a team to ever exceed like those salary cap type of restrictions. Like they not even finna try to pay that much money for anybody, or to be that close to the second apron as they had estimated. Like I was like, nah, they'll never do it. But we got clarification that of course they would never do it. I saw that they were looking at either not releasing, but either trading Cam on his on his contract. He has like 1 year left, or Christian Braun, who's up for an extension, and it's like maybe a 150 million type of extension. You don't know. So I think we were right about that. Like Denver is not a team to really pay for things like that. Um, what I did get a inkling of, or a more definitive answer for, is that they believe in Peyton Watson. I didn't know how they saw him. I know he stepped up. Like I said, he stepped up last year amazingly. Like, and to be a backup guard or be the second guard with Murray, if Braun decides to leave, I think you do have some type of value there. So a lot of the guys that like Jonas Valanciunas, I still feel like he's going to possibly be moved, and the same thing with Deron Holmes. So I think that they still find young bigs, or bigs that throughout the league that they could kind of get for cheaper. But so Denver was our last team. Let me look. We can start today with the Orlando Magic, who I also heard some more rumors about. The Magic has a young core. I don't think nobody over there was over 30 years old. But they got a few guys coming in with some big money, and you starting with Paulo. So Paulo is estimated to be around 41.2 million a year. They're going to top your salary cap again. I feel it could be. I feel it could be higher too because I think Franz was making like 41.7. So I don't think that the estimates were that close. 'Cause I think that Paulo could probably ask for a little more. The last year Paulo had, I say, was better than the two prior. Because a lot of people were guessing like, can this guy be the person? Like, can he lead your team? And I think that last year it kind of proved that he can. He just needs the right pieces around him. And when he does not show up, who else does he have? Like, Franz, I think ended up getting hurt early or late in the season, and you just don't see much out of Desmond Bain right now that you're probably going to see in the future. So I'm like, once they get that clicking and going, I think that they are going to be great. But looking at this roster construction, this is very fried as well. I think you got 40, like I said, 41 with Wagner, 41 coming up with Paulo, 40 with Desmond Bain. Jalen Suggs is making 32 million. Then you got a big drop off. So it's like Wendell Carter making like 17 or 18 million. So I feel like they're young, of course, and they will have to pay that guard Anthony Black. Gogo Pataste, I think, is a big of the, not even necessarily a big for the future. I just think it could be a placeholder if Wendell Carter decides to leave. Wendell Carter to me, I don't, I don't, I don't see his the numbers doesn't represent his value to me. I think that could mess him up when he comes up for his player option because his stats say he's not effective, and then if you watch the game, it's like, damn, he messes up a lot for other power forwards and smaller centers. If he goes against a bigger center, he's done anyway. He had Durant looking kind of crazy for a while, but I mean, I don't think that was I don't think that was warranted because we're gonna get to Durant when we get to Detroit. But it's like Durant is a lob threat that I feel like had played an amazing year. But we'll get to that when we get to Detroit. I ain't even talking about them right now. We're talking about Gogo Bataste. Um, yeah, I think he could be there for the future. So I think that they do pay him as well. So I think they keep both guards, Anthony Black. They keep Gogo Bataste. But what could it look like if Suggs just moved, or not necessarily like to get rid of that contract because he's still on the cap hold, but it's like you can probably, if he's making 32 mil and he's moved, you can probably finagle your way back to getting about 8 to 10, 12, 8 to 12 million open off that cap. So um, yeah, I think that that's going to be one of those biggest things, and the fact that Jonathan Isaac is making probably, let me see. I want to tell you exactly what he's making. He's making $14.5 million right now. So I mean, a $15 million contract, I think he has to be waived and stretched, or he has to be like straight up released. And I think I saw a lot of those things going for him, or those rumors circulating for him throughout this whole season. Because like, we can't keep paying you this much and you're not playing. So, like I said, I believe their biggest priorities, the Magic, of course, is to find something to do with Jonathan Isaac and to get your money. Resign Tristan Da Silva and Anthony Black. I mean, if you get those guards back, I think you can find a way to, like I said, to make some money stretch on the back end if Suggs is movable. I don't know how well they look at Suggs, because to me, Suggs can be movable because of the guys I have to pay. If I'm paying Anthony Black, if I'm going to pay Tristan Da Silva, I'm paying Franz already. Like, Jalen Suggs is a great point guard. He can go to another team that needs somebody to score at the clip of somebody making $32 million. Because I don't think he's doing that at the clip of somebody making $32 million. But I feel like the money there, Magic was playing with a lot of money, and they just kind of had to go with what they knew, and it worked for them. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. So they did a lot this year. So hopefully next year, without their draft pick, because I think they lose their draft pick, or they give it like their best pick to the Suns or some shit like that. Fucking around with that trade. So they don't even have a pick this year. So I won't be surprised if Suggs moves. They don't. They have Jonathan Isaac. I think he should be going, and Jamal Cain is up for a team option. I think they probably keep him. The way the roster is constructed, if they do it that way, and then I see Suggs with like a 55 to 60% chance of leaving or getting traded or moving on. Yeah, that's the Magic. The next team that's estimated to be at the highest, because I'm going top down. I told y'all we were going to do the bottom five, but I kind of realized I'd rather just go top down. The next team is the Knicks. The Knicks are finally in the NBA Finals. Right now, it's a projected 9-man roster for next year. So winning the championship probably matters more right now, because their best option moving forward, it's probably going to be rough if Cat accepts his player option next year, because he's already making $57 million. Unless you can bring him down, which I doubt he does, he's going to be making a little bit more. The second highest player on that team highest paid player on that team is OG Anunoby. So, $42 million for him, and then you got the Brunson and the Villanova guys all under $40 million. So I think that the bang for your buck that the Knicks are getting is very good. I think that the reason that I see why Jalen Brunson did what he did to get his guys there with him, he liked the chemistry, and we always knew Jalen Brunson was a killer. I just didn't know how could it sustain over a playoff run, because I've seen it happen before, and I'll never say anything about small guards. I'm a small guy anyway, so I'm like, I love small guards. Like AI had a chance to do it. Brunson is the next up, so I'm like, I want to see him succeed, but then again, it's like I don't know if it's just the Knicks or not, but I just don't feel like the Knicks win a championship here. But like I said, their roster is constructed amazingly to where they could still go out and spend a little money and not be at that second apron. So Brunson at $37 million, McHale at $33 million, Josh Hart at $20 million, and then Alvarado, who's probably going to accept his player option, is going to make like $5 million a year. So I think that having the flexibility of guys like Deuce McBride, Tyler Kolek, and cap holding guys like Mitchell Robinson, who fucking broke his pinky, I think that's enough for them. They have $1 million in trade exceptions, but I doubt that they do anything with those trade exceptions but fill out a roster. They just get a guy that could fill out the roster. Probably put him on no, you ain't gonna pay $1 million for a 2-way. But it's like, yeah, they just go get a guy that's just on the bench or just to fill out a roster, like I said. A lot of their future depends, like I said, on if Cat signs his player option next year and what do they see if they win this championship this year, lose the championship this year, and then try to construct another championship team for next year. Like that's going to be the biggest like pieces that the biggest questions that have to be answered. Because if Cat stays at that clip of at that high of a cap hit, I don't see nobody else asking for no money. Like Brunson got to stay where he's at. McHale got to stay where he's at. Hart had to stay where he's at. Like those Nova guys, those guys that really make the team, to me, going to have to stay under 40 million. And how likely is that? From an agent perspective, I say unlikely, but I know that agents do what's best for their players. Of course, if that player just wants to win, like they're not worried about making the best money out there on the market or doing the thing. I just want to win a championship with my guys around me. Of course, we're gonna do our portion to make sure you stay where you want to be, and then try our best to make you some money the money that you deserve, basically. Like discounts is cool, but it's like the money that you deserve with all of this cap going up. Yeah, we're gonna get you what you deserve. So I don't necessarily see a lot of change this offseason from them neither. So that second apron probably still won't be hit for them. Like I said, they'll be teetering around it if they go out and like make a splash. But when I say a splash, I mean a $20 million guy, not even a $40 million guy. I think OG Anunoby and Cat will be their highest paid players for like the next year, or at least until next year. Yeah, it's gonna be a big if Cat signs that player option. Like if he didn't like the way this season went, from his in individual and like personal perspective, like of course the team is amazing. The team is doing exactly what they are expected to do. They're blowing people out. They're winning games decisively. They're not like lingering around. They're not winning 1 or 2 point games. They are blowing teams out. So I think that this is their best chance and best shot at really getting a championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do go out there and win. Especially if like somebody like, I don't know, the Spurs and the Thunder are two great teams, but they're beating each other up right now. So starting that could be an issue. You never know. The next and last team that we're going to talk about today, so I'm going to try and keep it quick. We're going to do 3 teams every day, are the New Orleans Pelicans. They are estimated to be in the top 10 of salary cap. Having the top 10 salary cap. The Pelicans right now, they're a young team with 2 guys at the age of 30. Sounding like they at the age of 30, but it's like same like the Magic. It's like Zion got the highest cap at 42 mil, and it's not guaranteed, of course. But so if anything happens through like for Zion over the summer, they'll still find a way to make money or not be to save money if he moves on. So that's only until like July though. So I think if they do make a move or look to move Zion, it'll have to be now. It'll have to be in this summer window, because when his contract becomes guaranteed, he's staying anyway. So I think that with a new coach, I don't see a world where he moves. But if anything has to happen, it has to happen in June. You wait till July 10th, July 15th, you kind of messed up. So barring any dumb injuries over the offseason, yeah, I don't see Zion moving. This is a team I feel like could take a shot at a big contract. I've been seeing a lot of rumblings about like Ja, but I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like DeJounte Murray and Jordan Poole are 2 guards that's making roughly like 35 apiece. And it's like, what are we going to get? What are they going to get out of both of those guys? Like sometimes you get a good DeJounte Murray, but he's been fighting some injury battles. That's cool. But then again, you're paying Jordan Poole that's about the same price, and it's like, do you see those guys as being the same? A healthy DeJounte Murray to me is head and shoulders better than Jordan Poole, but the numbers say different. So I feel like they need to break their money down a little bit to surround those young guys that they do have with more firepower. Trey Murphy is making 27, which is very reasonable, I think, because he's one of the best shooters and low-key defenders that they have. I've been seeing a lot of rumors about Herb like moving on, but he's not making I'm not gonna say he's not making a lot, but he's making like what 18 mil, 20 mil. So if you move him, it's still some money on the back end that you will be able to kind of recoup and wait to see what you can get in this offseason. Or even if you trade him, he's a great trade. He's a great trade. He has great trade value. That's like one of the best defenders in the league. So um, thinking about that, it's like what do you want as a Pelicans fan? Do you want to see your young guys grow and flourish until you think they could be like Derek Queen and Jeremy Fears? Even like Jordan Hawkins. Like Jordan Hawkins had a good first, what I think, rookie year, and it kind of tailed off. So, um, do you go get more veteran guards that's going to take the time away from your young guards to develop? A lot of people say, like, I was watching an interview with Jalen Brown. He was like, the first year him being in Boston with like guys like Gordon Hayward and stuff like that, like you waste a year of development. Like, what I'm gonna be anyway, and it's like you wasted my year of being able to be at least a little bit better than what I should have been now. Um, I guess what I have here. Do you move on from Herb or Trey Murphy? I think that either one of those guys, like I said, could possibly be up because the contracts are very reasonable. But it just depends on what they see as being a fit for Zion. I think that if we're only looking at, I'm looking at the Pelicans, I'm looking at what do they think Zion needs to be successful. Um, Derek Queen is cool, but him and Zion are in like most of the same spots half of the time, and it's like, well, okay, if you're gonna believe in your future, you gotta kind of move that space over for Derek Queen. Like Zion gotta move out the way. But I think that Jamal Most is gonna find a way to like make this team work together because he did it last year, and they bringing Sham God down here too. That's very good at like talking to young guards and like putting them in the right position. Because Anthony Black last year compared to this year was totally different, and I see why he should be up for his contract extension in Orlando. Um, but they have some vet guys like DeAndre Jordan that's still on the cap hold. Um, Kevon Looney. Uh, I think Kevon Looney could possibly stay around, just because he'll be a extra big because they definitely don't have a center like a true like defensive anchor. Because I don't see Derek Queen being that, and I don't see Ease Misi. Hmm. I ain't gonna say defensive anchor, but he's a great defender. So um, I think they probably keep somebody like Kevon Looney just to have that big presence there, or if they get rid of him, they go find somebody that does the exact same thing. um, uh, 18 million in trade exceptions. That's crazy. That could be one of their biggest moves if they do decide to trade like DeJounte, Jordan, Trey Murphy, or Herb Jones. Like adding to that trade exception could probably be great, especially if they come back and, like I said, like try to make a splash. Because we're saying they're like the rumors are job, but it's like there's a lot of guys out there that they could double up on and get to come down here to at least play alongside guys like Fears and Zion and Derek Queen. Because I mean, New Orleans is a good city. I feel like they haven't won in a while, but I just think it's because like injuries have been killing them. The guys that they do pay don't really pan out because of those injuries as well. So it's like you get a good 2 3 years out of people, and your training staff and your medical staff, I feel like isn't one of the best in the league. So I think that a lot of things that other people see, like when people leave New Orleans, like they get very successful. So it's like I don't want to put that on like the medical staff itself, but it's like it may be like a curse. um, Sadiq Bey is up for a contract extension as well this summer. I do see 2 out of the 3 guys who up for extensions. I think Jordan Hawkins is up for an extension. Sadiq Bey is up for an extension, and DeJounte is up for an extension. I think if they do anything, they wait for next year for DeJounte to either exercise his player option or they get rid of DeJounte this year before he exercises his player option, and you don't have a choice if he stays or goes. Um, a lot of those things are going to happen in that October window or before anyway. So I think that we'll have a very you're gonna know by October where they're headed. They're not going to be a team that has question marks. They're going to be a team that we're going to build young, or we're going to take the Zion and we're going to keep pushing forward, or we're going to keep all our older guards and make sure that those guys who are back there, the younger ones, have somewhere to someone to look up to. So maybe when they come up for their player options or their extensions, they leave. So you would know quickly. I feel like this year when the season starts, like how they're going. Because if not, they're gonna start dumping contracts, start getting some money ready, and get ready to get back in the trade. Because I think they have a lot of, I don't know where they trade at this year. I mean, draft at this year. I'm sorry, I don't know where their draft capital at this year and what picks they do have coming up. But I do think the Pels are a team that could make a splash, like I said in the offseason. But that splash is going to have to be dependent or contingent upon healthiness, and health is wealth. So, like I said, I do see some contracts being extended in July, and I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, because I think the only one who won't be a restricted free agent after this season is DeJounte Murray. So I can see a world where everybody kind of gets an extension or DeJounte walks. Yeah, but those are our three teams that I have right now. That was next up after who was the first three after the Cavs, the Thunder, and Denver. So yeah, keep locking in with us. I'm gonna keep trying to be as helpful as I can to the community of the NBA, and yeah, keep watching those rumors and see if I was wrong or right. See y'all guys tomorrow.